Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got some done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May, maybe, right before renewing the lease for this property. Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was going to say, I am getting up there in age, I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people, life was never this good. I had to step back.
All right, so this is big news. Top officials are saying that the Fed cannot wait any longer to cut rates. And to be honest, I see why. I absolutely see why. You know, we were just talking about how 10%, if cars are going down 10% right now. The used car market is going down 10%. We're talking about rents still going up 5% year over year. And you know what? That can't stop. It can't stop because property prices have gone up so much. People weren't realizing that they also had property taxes and homeowners insurance that has to go up because the price of the property is more expensive as well. And so people don't think about these things. I didn't think about these things as a first-time home buyer, not knowing that, oh, this house is going to double in value. You know what else is going to double? Those property taxes. Oh, this house is going to double in value. You know what else is going to double? That insurance policy. Because you can't protect the house that's worth $200,000 with a $100,000 insurance policy. And you cannot expect your property taxes to remain the same when the cost of your home has gone up, because the city now needs that money in order to repair, rejuvenate, and revitalize communities so that they can then get tax dollars from other areas as well in order to keep the communities and cities and roads safe and afloat and protected. So with that being said, you know, when I wake up every single day, I know that my roads are going to be paved. I live right next to a school. So I know I don't have to worry about whether or not the city is going to do their job and pave these roads. But there are other places in the world where maybe the tax and funding isn't as, you know, lucrative for the city. And so they kind of ignore those places as non-high traffic areas, although these people also pay taxes just like every single last one of us. So we're going to get into some of what the top officials said, because I think that's also very important to get their perspective. So they're saying that you should expect a 0.25% rate cut, or basically a quarter-point rate cut in September, followed by similar in November and in December. So it's not clear what similar means, right? So it can be 15%, 5%, 10%, 1% rate cut, right? Or 0.1 rate cut, or 0.01 rate cut. Whatever the case may be, obviously it wouldn't be 0.01. I think the lowest that they would do is 0.05%. But a quarter point, pretty solid, especially in September. Will I think they'll be that aggressive, or can it even be considered aggressive? I do not know. But I did expect the Fed to do something like a 0.15 rate cut for all 3 months, bringing that somewhere around 0.45 to wrap up the year. Now, they also said that, stating in December there was a lag in the economy and the impact to Americans should they keep it higher for longer would be, you know, exponential. And then Congress also mandated the Fed to keep prices stable and seek maximum employment. So here's a problem. With job markets showing signs of cooling and fake job listings, it is less likely now than in years past to secure a job. Now, that last part I put in myself about the fake job listings, it being less likely to secure a job now than ever before. And I will tell you from my personal experience that during the pandemic, it was so easy to find a job. I had like 5, 6, 7 offers, and they were all a lot of money. I'm talking about I was making more money than I ever made yearly, ever in my life. And I was just super, super excited that so many companies wanted me. So many companies wanted to talk to me. So many companies wanted to offer me a job. And I realize now that there was just so many high quality people who said, you know what, I'm not going to work. I'm not going to do this today or tomorrow or ever, because they realize that, I've worked so hard to get to a position, to get to a space in my life where I can take this time off, reflect, and not be susceptible to this weird illness floating around our society. And so I completely understood that. But I was someone who was new to the workforce, fresh out of college, still trying to get my bearing. And so I was out there and people were accepting of that. So with that being said, I do see how this can impact people. In September, when interest rates do go down a bit, it might be a little too late. People might be suffering a little too much. Savings are going down. A lot of things are going down, which is going to affect people in a negative manner. And because of that, you have to take into account that a quarter point may not be quick enough. Now, September, I don't really think people are going to be feeling the heat. November, I don't think people are really going to be feeling the heat. But come December, people are absolutely going to be feeling the heat. You're in Christmas season, you're spending money on gifts and presents, you're trying to really just show love to those in your life. You did a little bit of that in Thanksgiving. We celebrated all the birthdays for the year, and now it is time to sit back, relax, and spend a little bit more money. Then January comes around, February comes around, and everybody is praying and waiting for tax season because they're going to be in desperate need of it. All right. So at that point when you're waiting for tax season, savings is probably going to be the lowest that it's been since pre-pandemic levels. And because of that, I also agree that the Fed cannot afford to wait anymore. Congress has mandated that they keep jobs secure, as well as lower the rate of inflation. And that is super, super difficult to do, but it is possible, and they are trying to do that. So with that being said, all we can do is see now if a quarter point is truly enough. What they will do in November is actually what is most interesting to me. Are they going to go down another quarter point? Because that might be a big statement, going down half a point in just 2 months. But otherwise, I am a believer that they might do a 15-point reduction rather than a 25-point reduction. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Has the Fed been late to pivot and start to lower rates? Did they wait just long enough so that they can see some actual change? Or were they just negligent in their job? They didn't see the signs of the time. They didn't see that all these electric vehicle manufacturers were suffering. They didn't see that all our people were suffering. They didn't see that people were losing their jobs left and right, going on unemployment and not being able to work. They didn't see that their unemployment rate continues to go up, right? So with that being said, let me know what you think about what the Fed has done, what they continue to do, and are they making the right move now in order to secure a great and lasting economy for us, especially before we head into a presidential election. Let me know in the comment section down below. As you know, I post every single day at 8 a.m. daily on YouTube, Rumble, and on Spotify now, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Peace.